Assalamualaikum and very good morning to our beloved lecturer, Miss Suzani binti Ismail, and my classmate as well. My name is Nur Abdul Rahman from class NBF09C. Today I would like to present the case studies related to the cybersecurity by Skytech Berhad. Here we go. So this is our agenda for today. We start with the introductions and we go the organization chart, mission, vision and goal, access control, incident response planning, policy and procedure, roles and responsibility, data protection strategy, security awareness training and educations, and the lastly a conclusion. This is our team members, consists of myself, Nur Abdul Rahman. I will present the introductions, a bit about the company, organization chart, mission, vision, goals, policy and procedures, and also roles and responsibility. Here we also have Noor Rumazni. She will present about the access control and the incident response planning. And the lastly is Nurul Chazwani. She will present about data protection strategy, security awareness, training and education. And she will conclude all the points. Firstly, we go to the introductions. Here I will share a bit about the case studies, methods we will use, purpose of the report, and our findings. Skytech Berhad company has been operated for the last 10 years and has more than 500 customers and more than 20 suppliers or vendors for various services. The administration office is located at 3 stories shop lots with 50 personnel and a warehouse located 1 kilometer away with 10 personnel taking care of the warehouse activities. So the administrative office are using combinations of computer automated information systems that can only be accessed within the company network. The company also uses email for communications and normal telephone systems. The company is using a website as a method to present to the public and recently also joined the wagon using social media. Methods. The information provided is based on the present state of things at the company. And the purpose of these reports are first to identify the problems that have arisen as a result of the current situation. Second, to come out with solution to the problem despite the limited resources available. So this is our findings. According to the information given, the administrative office and warehouse are not in the same building. Furthermore, both facilities lack of security approach. For example, the warehouse is only monitored with a log gate after office hours. There is no CCTVs and there is no guardhouse with a security guard accessible. As a result of all of this, the company has had some theft and misplaced items in the administration office as well as the warehouse. Is it possible that there is no internal control on the usage of data, information, or the network? It is possible that relatively few people are aware of the phishing emails or any websites, which may be the result in effective patch management and additions. There is the possibility of unrestricted access to the social media that may increase the risk of another malware attack on the firewall system. So next we go to the organization chart. So here is the Skytech Berhad organization chart, led by CEO, and then the second level is managing director, and this going down is supporting unit, which is consulting service, training services, IT technologies, and corporate services. So this is missions, visions, and goals of Skytech Section Berhad. So missions achieving complete satisfactions for everyone involved in our business. Visions providing exceptional service to customers while also ensuring the satisfactions of vendors and staff all the time. And the lastly is goals. Do the right things, leave no one behind. Why we choose the right things, which is means while our primary goal is to be the best in the industries, it also important that our clients receive the best service possible. Leave no one behind means as a company, we must maintain a strong relationship with our employees and suppliers in order to keep our customer faith in us.
First of all, for the access control, office administrations. Got two items in office administration is access control system and CCTV surveillance. Okay. For the access control system, employee access to restricted places such as data center is monitored by using access card and biometric device. And second is alarm and lockout mechanisms has the ability to keep unwanted visitor out of restricted areas. Okay. Okay. CCTV surveillance is a closed circuit television camera. Yeah, that's the CCTV. Okay, CCTV cameras may give valuable information on how corporate resources are used. They may give critical metrics on issues like as overcrowding, inefficient logistics, and maintenance operations, giving manager the knowledge they need to enhance day-to-day operations. Okay, next is warehouse physicals. Many companies consider warehouse safety to be one of the most important aspects of their whole operation. Is it vital to take safeguard on both the inside and outside of the facility when it comes to warehouse safety? The primary task of perimeter security system, which are warehouse security systems that are visible from the outside, are to protect entrance points, parking lots, and the property borders. Incident response planning. Incident response is a systematic approach to resolving and managing the aftermath of a security breach, often known as an information technology incident, a computer incident, or a security event. The goal here is to handle the situation in such a manner that, at the very least, the amount of time and money required for recovery is reduced. There are 7 key phases of incident response. First, preparations. Second, identification. Third, containment. Fourth, eradications. Fifth, recovery. Sixth, learnings. And lastly, retesting. Okay.
So next we go to policies and procedure to get strong physical and IT security. So data protection policy should not only be a written document, but it should also be implemented in practice. On the contrary, the organization's policy and procedure should be applied uniformly to it. Skytech should keep this measure in mind while creating data protection policies, which is antivirus policy, training and supervision, add it into the staff handbook, provide summarized version, inform external parties, patch management policies, and audit policies. So next we go to the roles and responsibility, which here I will um, share about hiring specific personnel with the right position in the systems will help strengthening the company for their security issue accordingly. So this is roles and responsibility consists of security analyst, security admin, auditor, security architect, data protection officer, network security engineer. Each employees of Skytech Berhad do need to take initiative on their roles and responsibility containing any widespread of confidential information between one another. Some data may be spread without any consent, probably due to the lacking the roles and responsibility in the information security that might be affected to damage the financial strength, brands, customers, and partners.
My name is Nur Shazwani binti Harun, and now I will present about data protection strategy. The Data Protection Act will assist to protect both organizations and customers by ensuring that data is stored and grows at unprecedented rates. There are 7 principles of Data Protection Act Malaysia. Firstly, generally consumers are not allowed to process personal data of someone else. Second, they must comply with the principle of notice and choice. Third, they have to identify the purpose of personal data disclosure, the disclosure principle. Fourth, principle of safety ensure when processing personal data, steps are taken to keep the data safe. Fifth, retention principle, the personal data kept within time limit required. 6. Data integration principle. Personal data that are received are accurate and complete. And lastly, access principle. A person shall be entitled to access and update their own personal data. It is very important to have a data protection strategy. These are some of the strategy that will be used in Skytech Sdn. First is data lifecycle management. Data lifecycle management is a framework that standardizes data process in the organization from data creation, storage, archiving, and until its final deletion. It is considered a core component to have in solid data protection strategies. Second is data risk management. Organization must first identify and assess all risks and threats that may affect the data. A data protection strategies need to take these risks and threats into account and include measures designed to minimize and mitigate these risks. Next is data backup and recovery. Creating a backup and recovery measures are very critical in component of data protection strategies. Any data is created needs to be backed up and ensure that it can be recovered in the case of any failures. The next one is data access management control. Access and controls are very crucial aspects that need to be implemented properly and maintained. These controls ensure that only authorized users have the access to the company data and system. It must have a regular external auditor to ensure it is examined properly. The fifth one is data storage management. Data storage management includes tasks related to securely moving protection data into data stores, either on the premises or in external cloud environment. These may be data stores intended for frequent or high performance access, or archival storage intended for infrequent access. The next one is data breach prevention. Data breach prevention measures are implemented for the purpose of preventing unauthorized access to the data. The goal is to prevent external malicious actors or internal threats from gaining unauthorized access to data and system. Cybersecurity measures are put in place for the purpose of preventing attacks on internet networks, network parameters, data in transit, and data address. Typically, these measures include data encryption, implementation of antivirus software, data breach prevention. Data breach prevention measures are implemented for the purpose of preventing unauthorized access to data. The goal is to prevent external malicious actors or internet threats from gaining unauthorized access to the data and system of Skytech. Cybersecurity measures are put in place for the purpose of preventing attacks on internet network parameters, data in transit, and data address. Typically, these measures include data encryption, implementation of antivirus software, protection against ransomware, and access management software. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability, or also known as CIA triads, are key components that must be maintained in order to ensure the protection of data. A data protection strategy should define CIA standards and measures to maintain them. 8 is data protection policies and procedures. Policy define what data protection activities the organization use, and procedures define how these activities are implemented. Policies and procedures are both essential components of a data management program and must be well documented because they are usually examined during an audit process. Number 9, standards and regulatory compliance. Creating benchmark and standards for compliance regulatory helps Skytech to maintain adequate and current data protection. Regulatory compliance agencies define measures designed to protect data, which Skytech are obliged by law to comply with. Each regulation is relevant to certain business, industries, and locations. Last but not least is monitoring and reviewing. Monitoring and reviewing the whole process of data protections helps Skytech to gain the visibility of the data activities, risk, and control. Thus, it will help to improve the protection and required response to the threats and anomalies as well. And now I will be talking about security awareness, training, and education. Data protection will be impossible to have unless basic principles are practiced and developed with integrity. These are some suggestions and recommendations that Skytech can be put into actions. Security awareness training is a strategy used by IT and security professionals to prevent and mitigate user risk. These programs are designed to help users and employees understand the role they play in helping to combat information security breaches. The program includes internet education, training, and security awareness program throughout the year. Last but not least, conclusion. In conclusion, raising security awareness on cybersecurity should be a top concern for Skytech as the business grows and technology's usage increases. It is impossible to anticipate the number of employees necessary to be knowledgeable and experienced in cybersecurity. Thus, an effective training and education are also crucial areas that need to be enhanced to guarantee the safety of cybersecurity. With personnel that understand their jobs and are knowledgeable about cybersecurity concern, Skytech is available to filter out or at least mitigates any possible assaults that might do major harm to the company. Thank you.